What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Devin XD here, and I'm back with another video. And today I'm going to talk about, just a little bit about me. And I was born with a condition called arthrogryposis, and I don't even know how to spell it. To this day, I still don't know how to spell it. It's very, very hard to pronounce. Very hard. But I got it down packed. And that condition is basically where one part of the body or several parts of the body doesn't flow, or blood doesn't flow that much. And how I got it was I was told that from my mom when I was a baby, at a certain point where the wound would get smaller, I decided to move and my arms got stuck and they decided to just fold in my chest. So by the time my mom had a C-section, my arms were able to breathe, but by that time frame it was too late because everything was fully developed. And the doctors were going to start an abortion right then and there, right off the bat. From what I was told, they were going to try to start an abortion just like that as soon as they found out I had arthrogryposis. So my mom was like, what the heck is arthrogryposis? And they explained it to my mom like it was a disease. And that's not what that is. So growing up, being special needs, my mom had to learn everything there is about special needs. And when I was a baby, she asked, what can we do? So what they decided to do was take me and my mom to the Shriners Hospital. And they hooked me up to machines, and they fixed, they just did like a whole bunch of surgeries, different types of surgeries on me, and they were like trying to expect results right then and there, but at the same time, I was still developing. My arms basically had to play catch up. And they look like this. This is what my arms look like from the condition I have. Trust me, when I was a baby, they didn't look like this. So the surgery did help, but what happened was they weren't expecting results. So what they did was cut my elbow. Hence that. They cut my elbow because this arm can bend, but this one just wouldn't bend at all. So they cut it and took bone out to where it could bend. And the only thing that they thought wasn't working was a machine. Hence why, it was a machine that they put on my wrist because my hands were actually folded all the way to here. So they put a machine on my wrist that slowly elevated my wrist until it completely snapped like a normal wrist. So it wasn't working, but it just took time because I was still developing as a kid. And they didn't get it. Anyway, I had to learn how to do things by myself. So I watched people do things with their hands repeatedly over and over and over. So I was like, man, how can I do this if I still can't really do stuff with my hands just yet? Like today, I can do things with my hands. Like I taught my hands how to, I taught myself how to eat with my hands. Because I had to learn it because everything hurt. Like even as a kid, when my arms were still developing, certain temperatures would hurt me. So like it can be hot outside and my arms would still be cold. That's how I was as a kid. But it's not like that now because my body got used to it. But I had to teach myself how to do things like that. I had to teach myself. I had to train my body. So one day I was at school and I waited for my mom to help me with my work because I always told her what to do or what to say, and she would just write it down. So I got tired of waiting. Well, I didn't want to wait because I knew the answers, and I would go grab the pencil, and the pencil fell on the ground, and I just stared at it, and I looked at my feet, and I was like, I picked it up, and I started writing. Hold on. I started writing with my feet, and well, actually, yeah, I started writing. And when I mean I started writing, this is what I mean. So, when I say I taught myself everything with my feet. Because I couldn't really write that well with my hands, or my hands weren't tight enough, didn't have a firm grip. So I picked up the pencil and I started writing. And my mom walked in and she saw me and she just went, DJ,